I was overweight, depressed, and completely lost, and somehow a Batman movie changed my life. See, when I was in high school, basketball was everything to me. It was my complete identity. It gave me a purpose. I always knew that I wanted to do something great and big with my life. And as I got older, it was play professional basketball. I told my parents when I was a young teenager that if I didn't end up playing professional basketball, I would have wasted my entire life. Because I was practicing 3 hours a day, every single day, giving my life to this thing. It was who I was. Fast forward to graduation, and I ended up not being able to play anywhere. In what seemed like in a moment, it was all just gone. I stopped playing altogether. I stopped even being active at all. I didn't even really know who I was anymore. I graduated at about 175 pounds, super lean, but mostly super skinny, and I jumped up to 220 pounds pretty quick. I was completely out of shape, directionless, and I felt like I had no purpose. And worst of all, I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I was in a bit of a dark place. That was until I watched this movie. My family sat down to watch a movie together, and we picked the Dark Knight Trilogy. And all three movies played a big role in my life, but it was the last one specifically that really did it. The beginning of this movie, you see a Bruce Wayne who's completely broken and crippled. He's also isolated and completely alone. This following a sacrifice he made for the greater good of Gotham City. And he had just lost the love of his life. He's just not the same guy you saw in the previous two movies. It's like all of his purpose had been drained from him. But then you see an evil rise and you see Bane come on the scene and his goal of destroying Gotham. So Bruce decides to fight. He fixes up his knee, gets his suit ready, and then you get this incredible scene with Alfred.
If this man is everything that you say he is, then the city needs me.
The city needs Bruce Wayne. Your resources, your knowledge. It doesn't need your body or your life. That time has passed.
You're afraid that if I go back out there, I'll fail.
I'm afraid that you want to.
See, Alfred knew something was off. He could see the apathy in Bruce. It's not that Bruce didn't care for his city, but he didn't care if he died or not. And apathy is a dangerous thing. So he goes on to fight Bane, and he's beaten badly, his body broken. And then he takes him to a prison and dumps him in a pit. And this whole scene of him in the pit, that's what changed everything for me. See, he was lying in this pit, broken and depressed. And that was me. I remember watching this scene specifically and seeing myself lying there. I was in a pit. My body wasn't what it used to be, and I was just going through the motions of life. I was doing nothing, and I didn't care what happened. But Bruce, seeing his city destroyed, he got up and he started training his body again. And the guy in the prison asked him, "Why are you training your body?" And his response,
I'm not meant to die in here.
"I'm not meant to die in here." So he goes on and tries to make the climb, and over again, he fails. He falls. And then you get this scene.
How can you move faster than possible, fight longer than possible, without the most powerful impulse of the spirit, the fear of death?
I do fear death. I fear dying in here while my city burns. There's no one there to save it.
Then make the climb. Without the rope, then fear will find you again.
Again, apathy is a dangerous thing. Comfort gets you killed. His problem, the reason he kept failing over and over again, was because he had a rope attached to him. He had comfort attached to him. He was holding on to something that said, just in case I miss this jump, or just in case this doesn't work, I still have this to fall back on. But see, there's strength in fear. There is power behind emotions. Apathy results in death. The reason he lost the first fight with Bane is because he didn't have emotions powering him. He had to take the rope off, so he knew this is it. I'm gonna make this jump or I'm going to die. And that made him feel emotion again, feel fear. And he made the jump. See, for me, the rope was excuses, regret, sadness, procrastination, fear of rejection. I had to let that go, and I had to get up. And I did. I got in shape, and that changed my life completely. Changed my entire future. The reason I was stuck wasn't because I didn't want to change. It was because I wasn't fully committed to it. And I think a lot of people live like that. You say you want to change, but you're still holding on to something that's keeping you from rising. You're trying to make the climb, but you still have this rope attached to you. See, you don't actually change until you're all in. In 1519, there was a Spanish commander named Cortez. He and about 600 men sailed from Spain to Mexico, and they had a mission of conquering conquering the Aztec Empire. When they arrived, his men quickly realized how dangerous this was. They were in unfamiliar territory and completely outnumbered. Fear started to set in, and some of the men began thinking about turning back. Cortez understood that if his men knew retreat was an option, they wouldn't fully commit. He ordered that all their ships be burned. Standing before his men, Cortez made it clear they would either move forward and win, or they would die where they stood. If I can encourage you with one thing, it would be to drop the rope and